Hello and welcome back to Breaking the Mould. At the end of last episode, we wound up the transfer window and went through the group stage of the Champions League draw. Since then, I've played another match in the Bundesliga, which, as you can see, hasn't gone very well. We lost 4-1 to Borussia Mönchengladbach, and Breel Mbolo got all 4 goals. I have since scouted him. He's not all that, but apparently he turned up against us. So we did have a man sent off, but the damage were done by then. We were already 3-0 down. We performed really poorly. And since then, obviously, I've named the Champions League squad and upset some players. So morale's down as well. Yay! This is just perfect because this next game's obviously Bayern Munich. So we're going into this game, they're top of the league, morale's low, we've come off of the back of a 4-1 defeat, and I'm not expecting too much really, but we shall see. So, Sarachi is suspended, so I'm going to have to pick someone to replace him. And Ampadu's not been performing very well. I think Halstenberg can go in the left back place, and obviously we'll have to replace him on the bench. Upamenko. There were a couple of days left of the transfer window before we finished the last episode, but apart from a couple of youngsters going out on loan, nothing else really changed, so it's not really worth going through. I have, like I say, upset literally everyone. Hopefully we can beat Bayern with low morale and it'll bring it back up a bit, but I'm not going to hold my breath. The assistant has suggested that I put a sketchy bar in Ampadu's place, and then it wanted me to play Haidara, but I think I might put Ilsanker in. That'll obviously fix the issue with Ampadu not playing too well, but we'll see how it goes. Escobar's not exactly prolific in that position, but we'll see how he goes. He is a DM. He's a ball-winning midfielder, which is why we're playing him there, but I think he's clearly been out of position. The only thing that worries me now is obviously Ilsanker's not match sharp, but never mind. So we're down to 10th, so we do need to do something. 4 points, 3 points away from the top 5, and 5 points behind Bayern, so a win would be big, although their form is excellent. One thing I have noticed is it comes up with tactical briefings, and the games where I skip the tactical briefings are the games where we've not performed. Every game previously, I've given the tactical briefing to my assistant manager, and up until the last 2 games, we've won every match. Philip Coutinho, Lewandowski, Thomas Muller, Thiago, Goretzka, Kimmich, Boateng, Martinez, Hernandez, Alaba and Neuer. Yeah, that's quite a squad, innit? They've got the likes of Perisic on the bench. Gnabry. I mean, Gnabry's doing really well in real life a minute. The guy that we sold is on the bench. He's made 3 substitute appearances, so he's not forced his way into the first team yet. Let's see how we get on. I do need to download like a modification for the match screen so I can see a little bit more information, but I'll have to wait till one comes on. Have they scored it first 5 minutes? Great, thanks. That's not the best start, Leipzig. I know morale's down, but let's at least put up a bit more of a fight. We're playing the same tactics. I don't know how that's going to balance each other out. Ilsanker, Forsberg, Halstenberg with the cross in. It's cleared as far as Askikiba. Oh, he's at the post. Oh, that could have been it. He's anxious now, and now he's frustrated and anxious again. He's going to be upset that he's at the post. At least we've had a shot. We're matching them stats-wise. Equal shots, just not as accurate. Bayern playing out from the back, straight to Kehrer, the guy that we signed from PSV. Ilsanker's performing okay in his game back. And Werner with the equaliser. Don't be offside. This is a problem now with VAR. Now it's been introduced into the game. I don't know whether to celebrate or not, because it's obviously been allowed because there's the replay, but you celebrate and then go, the game's going to call that offside. Make it to half time with a draw. I'd actually take a draw, to be fair, with morale being as it is and us just losing 4-1 to Mönchengladbach. Even though we're at home, I would still take a draw against Bayern. It's a careless pass. And now Bayern are coming forward. Can we take the ball back off them? Come on, make it to half time. Goretzka's hit the post and he's got the rebound. You need to react quicker than that, goalkeeper. He just stood up and let Goretzka get back to the ball. We don't need to see that again. So I'd had hope to make it to half time, but there's nothing that needs changing. Ilsanker's actual match sharpness has improved. I suppose that's what game time does. Halstenberg's nervous. Let's give him a bit of encouragement. That usually pisses him off. Well, that's alright, it's fired up a few. Although some of theirs are fired up as well. Now I've got a few anxious and nervous players. And not a lot's happening. Kolashi's made a save. We've had the same amount of shots again, but not as many on target. Let's make a change. Sabitska can come off, and I think I'll bring Lookman on. Forsberg's also looking tired. I might drop Werner back and bring Poulsen on. See what that does. See if Werner can play as an inside forward. He has been doing really well, actually. That's why he's playing over Poulsen. He's scored a fair few goals. His second half's been drab. Save Golashi. I mean, I'd even forgotten we'd changed ends, because that was probably the first highlight of the second half. Come on, we're down to 11th. We might end up sort of losing his job in the first season here, which wouldn't be terribly great, but never mind. To be a short end to our breaking the mould season 1, and we've lost 2-1 to Bayern. Bayern are a good side. It's not the end of the world, but being 11th when we were, although I think we were sort of like predicted to finish. There's a way to see media predictions in the pre-season. Yeah, we were predicted to finish 4th. So as long as I don't finish worse than that. I mean, I got the first board review when I can find them. I'm still learning my way around. So I'm a C+. That's better than any GCSE grade I ever had. So very pleased with my attacking football and my high tempo pressing. The reserving judgment on the signing of players under 28. And they are satisfied with signing players under the age of 21 for the first team. I think I've actually signed anyone under the age of 21. I think, Kehrer's 22 and Askikivar's 22. Maybe that's why they're satisfied then, because they're not under 21, but they are around that age. We're on course to work within the budget. They're pleased with the current progress in the Pockle Cup. Butchered that. We've made some coaching course requests for some of our backroom staff. They were all approved. We are just under the wage, which I have tweaked that. I've put some of my transfer money into that, as you can see by the slider, just to bring it up, because I were slightly over thanks to signing that guy from PSG. But never mind. So we've lost 2-1 to Bayern Munich. It weren't a bad performance, but I expect better, and we'll move on to the Shakhtar game and see how we get on in the Champions League group stages. Welcome back. It's Champions League day. We've started our campaign against Shakhtar, who again are on excellent form. Tough group. Got Valencia and Man City as well. So next episode will probably be more of the same, but with Champions League matches. So I'll play probably the Valencia game and the City game, unless Bundesliga starts to get exciting. We do really need to be pushing for the Bundesliga, so I might pick a couple of these games out to show. Obviously, Champions League, don't really see how far we're going to get. What I might do is do a Champions League and a Bundesliga game every video, because breaking the mould, the idea is to win the Bundesliga, so you're going to be wanting to see us do that. Well, I've gone with the tactical briefing this time. It came up, so I did the handing it over to my assistant, because, as I said previously, these 3 games I haven't done it. This game I did, so I'm testing the theory that the tactical briefings do actually make a difference. These are the 2 I actually upset by not picking them. Actually, no. I don't think Cunha was one. He's got to be, because they're the only 2 that's not in the team. Yeah, so these are the guys that I upset by not registering. Or did I? No, that's right, it was Lema. Yeah, Lema was unhappy. He feels unfairly treated, and then the day after I dropped him from the Champions League squad, he got injured for 7 weeks. So he kicked up a fuss. My team all got upset, the morale dipped, and then he got injured, so it'd have been dropped anyway. But that is the way of the world. Ilsanker's wanted again. Frankfurt and Rangers. He's still wanted by Evergrande and Man United, and he's wanted by Spurs now. He's playing well, to be fair. Although I think he's a 30-year-old. Oh, he's 25. I've got one of these as 30-year-old. It's still Ilsanker in it. Yeah. So maybe transfer window will have a look at some changes. I don't think there's a great deal I need to change around. I think Srirachi's back from his suspension, plus it was a league suspension anyway. So I'll put Halstenberg back on the I think I'll stay with Askaki Bar in there. I don't know how to pronounce it. It's probably a Sashi Bar or something like that. He's Argentinian. I'm not an Argentinian. 2 players outside the match squad, so that's these 2 anyway. It doesn't matter. I deliberately put the goalkeeper as sub-9 so that when it got to cup games and I'm above the substitution limit, it just automatically drops it off. I don't normally pick a goalkeeper, but he's on there to fill up the 9 spots that German football gives me. So I've been told to keep my eye on Tyson. Not a lot of recognised names there for me, but we'll see how we go. Obviously Shakhtar had a good side, so we'll see how we perform. So we're at home again. They've already made a tactical change, swapping the 2 central midfielders around, and they're immediately on the attack. Let's not concede early again, boys. What are we doing? That's 2 games running we've conceded in the first 5 minutes. I don't want to see it again. I saw it once. Something needs doing here. I may need to look at the tactics. Forsberg's corner. There's nobody. Oh, Werner's on the end of it. Immediate reply. That's what we like to see. Straight back in the game. And it's 1-1. We need to pick up points again. Anyone that we can, really. Thought we were going to get a second from a corner there. Man City are pretty much writing that off. I can't see that happening at all. I think Valencia's winnable. Campbell's is feeling complacent. That's not ideal. They are trying to play out from the back. Well, could we close them down? Because apparently they've had no shots on target and they've scored. Apparently you can score without having a shot on target these days. If that had been an own goal, fair enough, but hey, my card is at PSG. There's on loan. I don't know if that's a real life thing, but come on, do it for the fans. I know some of you are nervous. We need some wins to get this morale back up after I've destroyed it by dropping players. I mean, I'd got to the limit of the squad, and there were obviously players in there that I needed more. It's at the post, and he scored. It's 2-1. Come on, lads, let's take it. That's it. With City in the group, I cannot see us finishing top. But if we can beat Shakhtar and Valencia a couple of times, even if it's just once each, then that gives us a good chance. I wish I could see the league table. So look at. He's booked and tired, so let's give Nkunku a run out. Give him some match sharpness. He's not usually someone I pick. Campbell's complacent and playing poor, so he can come off and get Tyler Adams and run out. He's actually been pegged as one of the brightest prospects at the club, so he needs some game time ideally so he can develop. I just need to work out what his best position is. Running into the last minute, into injury time. Let's just see the game out. There we go, full time. I've noticed FM20 have done away with the obligatory closing moment highlight that you used to get in FM19. When you got into the last 30 seconds of the game, you'd get an highlight no matter what. Assistant suggests not addressing anything, which just pisses your players off more. So I'm not obviously going to go with that. So I'll take that. I think that was a good result. 2-1 against Shakhtar. And again, I used the tactical briefing. So I'm going to test this theory a little bit more and see. Obviously, next 2 games I'll probably play offline. Where are Schalke and Werder Bremen? So Schalke and Werder Bremen are both in bottom. I think the game against Leverkusen will be more interesting. So I'll play the next 2 games offline, off camera. And then we'll come back for Valencia and Leverkusen. Oh, no, Nordhausen's a cup game. Probably should walk that one, really. That should be a decent morale boost. Has that boosted morale at all? Yeah, it's going back up slowly. So yeah, we'll come back for those 2 games. I'm going to do the tactical briefings and see how performances differ. 3 games without it, drew 1 and lost 2. So 2 games with it. Well, 3 games with it, because I did it for the cup match as well, and we won them all 3, so we'll go with that. So we'll call that an episode there. Thanks everybody for watching. If you've enjoyed, please do leave a like. You might notice I've got the face cam on now. I am going to work on a green screen, but obviously I'm still getting things set up. This is the new recording room, so it's a lot cleaner than the room I were in before. Everything was just sort of like it were a box room. It were busy. You could see my bedding background and stuff on my walls and my shelves. So yeah, I'm going to get a green screen set up, and then I can get rid of the big white wall background, and obviously it'll take up less space on the screen as well. So if you've enjoyed, please do consider subscribing to the channel for more FM20 content. I do have another series planned called Raising the Giant. I forgot the name. Raising the Fallen Giant. Yeah, something like that. Anyway, so catch that as well. I'm going to be releasing that alongside. I'm thinking maybe 3 days a week do Breaking the Mold, and then 2 days a week do the Fallen Giant series. So we shall see, but look out for that one coming. And I will catch you in the next episode.